We must not depend on medications alone. When it comes to diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and other lifestyle-related chronic diseases, we must not depend on medications alone. I'm Dr. Chan, I'm a medical doctor from Singapore. I want to encourage you to unlock the power of your lifestyle and your eating habits as medicine to combat chronic diseases. Today, I want to encourage you, I want to chat about this topic as we walk. So, let's walk. Good morning. I'm Dr. Chan, I'm a medical doctor from Singapore. My passion is in helping people, encouraging people, coaching people to improve their lifestyle, to improve their living habits, their eating habits, their sleep habits, their exercise habits, in order to maximize their chances of preventing, controlling, and combating diabetes, heart diseases, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and other lifestyle-related chronic diseases where lifestyle plays a very important role. And today, as we walk, and I hope you are walking at this moment in time, wherever you are dialing in from, today as we walk, I'm going to talk about the topic of we must not depend on medications alone. When a person has high blood pressure, when a person has high cholesterol, when a person has diabetes, and other similar lifestyle-related chronic diseases, and the person is on medications, and the blood pressure, the blood sugar, the blood cholesterol is already well controlled, and at every follow-up with their doctors, they are being told that, oh good, well done, no, it is well controlled. Does it stop there? Can it stop there? Does it mean that a person whose blood pressure, who has high blood pressure and has a blood pressure well controlled with medication, can this person continue to eat badly? Can this person continue to eat food with high salts and high salt content and foods that are obviously bad for their hypertension? Does this person no longer need to improve his or her lifestyle because the blood pressure is well controlled with medication? Can this person depend on medications alone? Another example, when a person has diabetes and has been seen by a doctor and has been prescribed medications, and the person diligently take his or her medications, diabetes medication, and the blood sugar is well controlled, and at the regular 3 monthly or 6 monthly or whatever interval that they may have, whatever follow-up they may have, and the doctor do the blood test and say, hey, your blood sugar is within good range, within normal range, right, well done. Does it mean that this person no longer need to work on his or her lifestyle? Does this person now, because his blood sugar, her blood sugar is well controlled by the diabetes medication, does this person now have a free pass to eating badly? Does this person have the free pass to taking high sugar content food and drinks? Can we depend on medications alone when it comes to lifestyle-related chronic diseases such as diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and other chronic conditions where lifestyle play a significant role? Can we depend on medications alone? What do you think? Write in the comments section. Hi Harry, good morning. Hi Elena, hi Catherine. I'm Dr. Chan, I'm a medical doctor from Singapore, and I want to encourage you to walk. Walking is just the base, the foundation. A daily walking habit is the foundation, right, of unlocking a lifestyle, unlocking our habits as medicine to prevent, to control, to combat, and even reverse certain conditions, lifestyle-related chronic conditions. Not every condition, but there's no condition, no medical condition whereby lifestyle cannot play at least a helpful role. But there are many lifestyle conditions, chronic conditions, where the lifestyle habits play a very powerful role. Example, diabetes. Diabetes, regardless of the cause of the diabetes, our lifestyle habits has a very important role to play to control, to reduce the complications, to control the blood sugar, to retard the progression of the diabetes, the severity of diabetes, regardless of the reason of the diabetes. Right? A person with diabetes cannot depend on medications alone. Cannot depend on medications alone. Okay, so I want to encourage you to unlock, right, the power of lifestyle and eating habits as medicine to combat. Give me a minute, yeah. Good morning. How's everybody? Where are you watching this from? Right. Over the last, I think I started my first Facebook Live while going on my morning walk less than a week ago, about 4 or 5 days ago. And since then, I've received messages, let me recall, from people who are watching in and message me to tell me they're watching from wherever they are, and they are encouraging me to continue my live stream because they are encouraged, they are reminded to take charge of their health through their lifestyle. People who have watched this live stream and messaged me included are people who come from Switzerland, Serbia, Italy, Canada, USA, Barbados, Myanmar, Cambodia, Philippines, Malaysia, Singapore, of course, because this is where I am from. Right? It's like people from all over the world, they're watching and encouraging one another. Let's build a community of people who encourage one another. Right? I hope that through this encouragement, through this constant reminders and encouragement, I hope that people who are watching this live stream, right, would be amongst the minority, which is sadly still the minority of people who will live to the last days of their life free from diabetes, free from the complications, right, free from, right, diabetes, all its complications, if a person already have diabetes. That the people watching this, let us bless one another with encouragement that we will live to the last days of our life free from the devastation of diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, cardiovascular disease, dementia. Let us encourage one another towards unlocking the power of our healthy lifestyle habits, starting with our diet, our exercise, our sleeping habits, our stress management habits. Let us all encourage one another towards that. We must not depend on medications alone. Do you think a person can depend on medications alone when it comes to controlling and combating conditions such as diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol? What do you think? Can a person depend on medications alone? Hi, good morning, Mason from South Africa. Hi, Stella. Good morning. Are you walking today? Right. What time is it? Where you are watching this from? What time is it now? Is it morning, or is it night, or is it afternoon? Right. And have you taken your morning walk today? Have you taken your dose of morning walk as medicine today? Good morning. Hi, Catherine. Thank you for your encouragement. So let's talk about, can we depend on medications alone? Medications for diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol often are not just necessary, but can be life-saving and critical. And let me put this clear. Nobody should reduce or discontinue their medications without consulting their doctor, without consulting closely with their medical doctor, the medical team. Okay, let me say this again. I am not against medications. I prescribe medications where it is necessary. But what I'm saying is we must not be over-dependent on it. We must not depend on it alone. We must always, at the same time, unlock the power of a lifestyle, our eating habits, to help better control and help better combat, better retard diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, cardiovascular disease, dementia. We want to encourage one another towards that. We must not be complacent. Most people in developed countries and almost everywhere around the world are more likely than not to live the last 10 years of their lives in ill health, and some even in severe disability. A very sobering but a very real prospect. And let us not wait till it happens, then we deal with it. Let us all encourage one another to minimize our chances towards that. We cannot guarantee anything, but we can do the responsible thing. We can do the responsible thing for this body, right, that we have been blessed with, that we have been given. Right? We can all encourage one another towards improving our lifestyle, our eating habits, to prevent diseases that we do not already have, to better control diseases that we already have, to better reduce the impact, the devastation, prevent the complications of conditions that we already have. If you are already diabetic, our lifestyle habits improvement can help us retard the progression of the diabetes, slow it down so that you will not have to add on medications upon medications, increasing the need for more and more medication. We must retard that by embarking on a holistic and adequate lifestyle change. We must prevent and reduce the complications of all the chronic conditions that we are likely, hopefully not, but good chance of coming down with at some point in our life. Okay, so, hi Mason, you're addicted to walking now. When do you start walking, Mason? Mason Rainer Pillay from South Africa. When do you start walking? So wonderful to hear. Good morning. I'm Dr. Chan. I'm a medical doctor from Singapore, and I want to encourage you to join me and walk. To join me to develop a habit of a daily walk, a habit of walking early in the morning every single day. To bless our body with a body clock tuning, bless our body with the benefits of the morning sun, bless our body with the benefits of being exposed to outdoors and greeneries, bless our body with a regular physical tune-up in the form of a brisk walk or exercise. Okay. Good morning, Chekeng from Houston, Texas. Good morning. Right, you've been going on for 2 years now, Mason, going for addicted to walking. Yeah, let's not use the word addicted, negative connotation. Let's use the word that you are now enjoying a daily walk as a habit. A habit is something that you would miss, right, when you skip it. If it rains and you can't go for a daily walk, you feel a little bit like, disappointed for the day. You no longer see going for a daily walk as a punishment, as something that, I need to lose weight, I need to keep fit. You do it because you love it. Learning to love things that will love us back. Learning to love walking because walking will love us back and bless us back. Learning to love foods that does not have sugar because that will bless us back. That will love our body back. Learning to love foods that's full of phytonutrients, wholesome vegetables, right? And such foods that will love us back. Learning to do things. Learning to love things. Learning to eat things that will love us back. And that's what good habits are. That's what good habits are. And I hope that through this, that everyone, right now I can see today, right, we have fewer, sometimes we have more than 100 people tuning in on my camera, on my phone. I see that about more than 30 of you are tuning in at this moment. Let us bless one another, that none of us, these 30 of us here, would ever in our lifetime suffer from the devastation, the harm of diabetes, heart disease, stroke, high blood pressure, the complications of high blood pressure, the complications of high cholesterol. Let us encourage one another towards living in good health till the last days of our life. 活到老，稳稳自己的走到老. Okay, let's bless one another. Chekeng, you have just completed your 2-mile walk. And today as we walk, I want to chat. I want to talk about the over-dependence on using pharmaceutical medications to control diabetes high blood pressure, high cholesterol. I'm not against it. It is often necessary and even life-saving to use medication. One should never reduce or stop their own prescribed medications on their own, because we should not fear, we should not have this conspiracy theory about medications. Put that all aside. Okay? Medications are often helpful and sometimes even critical and life-saving. But what we must not do is this. We must not be depending on it alone. We must not be over-reliant on it. We must not be wrongly thinking that just because the medications have controlled my blood pressure, just because medications have controlled my elevated blood sugar, just because medications have reduced my high cholesterol, I can now have a free pass to continue to eat badly, to continue to eat high sugar food, to continue to not exercise, to continue to not lead a lifestyle that would help in controlling, reducing those conditions that are now currently only controlled by the medications. We must not depend on medications alone. Okay? I have a video, some of you may not have watched it. I have a YouTube channel, I have a TikTok, I have Instagram. Right? I have put many videos in there, and in this Facebook Live, I have also put a video link on 3 reasons why people with diabetes should not depend on medications alone. Even when medications is giving you good blood sugar control, there is still a need, there is still huge benefits. It is still critical to address all aspects of a lifestyle, all aspects of our eating habits to better control the condition. Do not depend on just medications alone. Reduce the need, up the power of your lifestyle habits. Reduce the dependence on medications so that you will not progress, so you will not be loaded with more and more, because you are dealing with the underlying cause. Now, in Chinese we say, if you depend on medication alone, you are often 治标不治本, which means dealing only with the underlying cause and not dealing with the underlying cause, but only dealing with the sign of the problem. 治标不治本. Okay, so we must 治本, we must deal with the underlying cause. We must unlock the power of our lifestyle habits as medicine. Going on a morning walk every single day, every single morning, is a good foundation. It's a good practice to give us a good perspective to what a habit means, what cultivating a habit means. 风雨不改, rain or shine, we will put on our shoes, get out of the house early in the morning, rain or shine. Right? When it rains, we go to covered places. Right? Early in the morning, in a shopping mall that has yet to open for business. Right? Or go to a covered car park. Go to wherever that you have access to just go out and move and walk at the regular time of the day, if possible. Right? That every single day that we would endeavor, right, to get out into the outdoors, to where there are trees, where there's some sun, gentle sun, that whether early in the morning or later in the evening, where the sun is gentle and not in a hot noon sun. Right? We must protect ourselves from harmful UV, but having some sun, especially early in the morning, is so beneficial. So I always encourage people to go for a morning walk. Right? Building the foundation of their mindset, of the power of their lifestyle habits as medicine, to prevent, to combat, to reverse, to reduce the impact of, the devastation of chronic conditions such as diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, the end organ problems such as stroke, heart attack, kidney failure, blindness, dementia. Our goal is to prevent all that, if we are so blessed not to already been afflicted by it. To control them and not depend on medications alone if you already have it. To reduce, to prevent the complications arising from them if the complications have not yet already arisen. We must always learn to love to do things, love to eat things that will love us back. Start with practicing a habit of a morning walk every single day. Okay? So let's all try to encourage one another towards that. How many of you are having your morning walk at this moment in time? And where are you from? Okay? Let me know. Let me know where you're watching this from. Let me know. Right? Sometimes, talking to the camera, talking to a phone will feel a bit weird. I'm not too sure how many of you have done live stream. You're just facing the camera, you're talking, and people around you will see that, hey, this weird guy, is talking to the camera, talking to the phone, seems a bit weird, and they walk away from me. Right? But I hope if you leave some messages in the comments, you'll let me know that there's somebody's watching, that all these efforts are not in vain. Right? That all these efforts will not be in vain. That somebody is watching, somebody is getting encouraged, somebody is getting reminded, somebody is given food for thought that challenge him or her to think about the choices in their lifestyle, the choices in their habits. That's what I hope to encourage people to do, right? Through my live stream as I walk. So let's walk. How many of you have already developed a habit of going for a daily walk, whether in the morning or whether in the afternoon? How many of you? Let me know in the comments. Good morning, everyone. I'm a medical doctor from Singapore. My mission is to encourage people, to educate, to enable people to unlock the power of their lifestyle choices and habits, to prevent, to control, to reduce chronic diseases, diabetes, heart diseases, dementia, stroke. I still run a clinic. I'm a practicing medical doctor. I run programs, I run workshops, I see patients. Right? The only difference is I focus on the lifestyle aspects of a patient's efforts to control and prevent the conditions. So often I spend an hour with each of my patients. I see them regularly over months, sometimes as frequent as once in a fortnight. And we will review, we will identify all aspects of the lifestyle that needs to be tackled, that needs to be improved. And then I would support them, coach them, remind them over a period of time to practice the change in the lifestyle, because we must not depend on medications alone. We must not depend on medications alone. Hi, good morning, Hayley, watching in from Hong Kong. Angie is going on to the cross trainer soon. Well done. Right. Good morning, Jayanti. Good morning. So, how many of you agree with me that we must not depend on medications alone? Okay. Wherever that we do, regardless of how well controlled our medical conditions are with medications. If you are diabetic and your blood sugar is well controlled by medication, is it okay? Is it good enough? There's nothing to do. So often whenever we have gatherings with friends or relatives, and often of course the topic of chronic conditions will come into the conversation. Some of them say, oh yeah, I have diabetes, but now it's okay already. Doctor say it's okay because it's well controlled. My last blood sugar test shows that it's okay. And yet at the same sitting, I will see the person eating obviously not in a manner that's good for his or her diabetes. But yet, the person is under this perception, this thinking that his condition is okay, there's nothing else he needs to do, despite eating in a way that's so obviously not good for their diabetes. So is this person right? So long as your blood sugar is well controlled, so long as your whatever that needs to be measured is well controlled, it is okay that with medication is well controlled, it is okay to continue to eat badly. It is continue to have a lifestyle that obviously is not helpful. Is it okay? Do you think it is not good to depend on medications alone? So I want to encourage you not to have this fear of medications. Okay? Medications often are necessary and sometimes even critical to help a person, bring his or her blood pressure, blood sugar, blood cholesterol to a safe level, even as the person embark on a lifestyle change. Well, lifestyle change does not happen overnight. Lifestyle change can take weeks, months, and sometimes years for a person to be able to achieve that. So in the meantime, work closely with your doctor who have prescribed you the medication to deal with your lifestyle. And then monitor closely, monitor as you improve your lifestyle. Not on your own, never on your own. Throw away, stop, reduce your medications without communicating with your doctor. I often see patients do that. I often see patients that say, oh, my doctor prescribed me with high blood sugar or diabetes medication. Oh, I think medications is bad. I'll just stop taking it. Right? I'll just exercise more. Good, but bad. Good, but wrong. The desire to do more than just taking medications, which is improving your lifestyle, improving your eating habits, is a wonderful, powerful thing. But it is wrong. And it is even potentially not just harmful, but dangerous. Right? To discontinue your medications on your own. So never ever do that. Work closely with your doctor. Communicate closely with your doctor. Be open with your doctor so that the doctor will be there as your co-driver of your health journey. Right? To advise you, to support you in your journey to overcome diabetes, to overcome high blood pressure, high cholesterol. Right? We can all become overcomers, victors, a victorious overcoming life. When it comes to health, none of us, or most of us, are unlikely to live to the last days of our life free, absolutely 100% free from any chronic conditions. There's a good chance, but that we may come down with one or more. And there's no condemnation, there's no judgment, right, of our lifestyle habits that when we come to develop high blood pressure, high cholesterol, there may be many other reasons. Could be hereditary, could be a genetic element to it, there could be many things. Right? But it does not matter. Right? What matters is that regardless of the cause, right, of the conditions that we currently are faced with or newly diagnosed with, if it is lifestyle related, then our lifestyle changes and improvement can help in a very big way to reduce, to better control, to retard the progression of those conditions. So we must not depend on medications alone. We must encourage one another towards doing the right thing. We must encourage one another towards embarking on making changes, right? Evidence-based, medical evidence-based changes. I often have patients coming to me during their regular coaching sessions. So each coaching session will spend an hour, right, reviewing what he or she has done, and I will give 10-15 minutes of new teaching, right, to encourage and help him or her have a better understanding of her conditions. And I'll take questions, to clarify any of their doubts, any of the queries. And one of the questions that's often asked is that, doctor, I read somewhere, I watched this video, somebody said. Often people make choices based on 听说和他说和谁说和 right? 听说他说谁说越磨越黑 You know, it's like, I heard this from this person, I heard this from that person, I watched this video which said that this is good or this is bad. You know, and a person then go down the rabbit hole and get confused and paralyzed because seemingly conflicting information. Medical science is very clear. There's no secret, there's no hidden secret, there's no conspiracy, there's no hiding of what needs to be done. Nobody is hiding the reality, the fact, the truth that excessive intake of sugar, excessive intake of ultra-processed food is bad for our health. But yet, many people are still not heeding that. People are still looking for hacks, right? For the magic pill, for the magic potion, for the supplement, right? That will help solve their problem, even as they continue with their food choices that are obviously unhealthy. So there are people who want to learn how to hack, you know, their physiology, to allow them to continue to eat sweet foods, sweet drinks, have sweet drinks, to continue to eat badly and not suffer from excessive blood sugar spike. But learning ways that will help the blood sugar control is a good thing. But shouldn't we look at the existing aspects of lifestyle that are causing the sugar spikes in the first place? We are taking sugar added drinks, sugar added beverages, sugar sweetened beverages, regardless of how reduced sugar that may be, and there's still room for improvement. Instead of looking at ways that, okay, what can I do to reduce the unhealthy sugar spikes, blood sugar spikes, from taking such high sugar drinks, high sugar food, and reduce the spike of that. Why can't we, instead of looking at the supplements, looking at the hacks, the different techniques to reduce it, one of the first steps a person can do, anybody can do, is to then reduce the intake, change the aspects of a lifestyle that's causing the problem in the first place, instead of looking for that secret potion, that magic pill, that hack that will help them continue a unhealthy lifestyle, that will allow them to continue to eat badly. Can we all encourage one another to go back to basics, to go back to doing the right things? Right? One of the right things to do is to cut down on our intake of added sugar, which is absolutely not necessary. No role in the health of our body. We do not need added sugar in our diet. It is there for whatever reasons, but if we can all learn to live a lifestyle of not adding sugar into our drinks and food, that will be such a blessing to our body. So, shall we all encourage one another not to depend on medications alone? Shall we encourage one another to unlock the power of a lifestyle, our eating habits, our food choices, learning to love food that will love us back, learning to do things that will love us back, that we enjoy, and it's not just good for our soul, but it's also good for our body, our precious body, blessed, that we are blessed with. Shall we bless one another that in this community, none of us would ever suffer from the devastation. We may suffer from the diagnosis or having been diagnosed, but we will try our best to reduce or not allow ourselves to suffer from the devastation of diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and the devastation of stroke, heart attack, dementia, blindness, kidney failure, right? All of which can be, in one way or another, directly or indirectly, be able to be in some way better controlled, in some way reduced, some to a larger extent than others. Okay, so I want to encourage everybody here, right, to do everything that you can to improve your lifestyle, and eating habits. So I have somebody, Maylin, who said that healthy lifestyle habits has helped her to improve her blood sugar control and have managed to retard or reduce the progression or the severity of her diabetes. Well done. Faith Yuan agree that sugar is a silent killer. Sugar is not that silent in the sense that it's in our face. It's not hidden. Often we make choices knowing the sugar is there, right? Knowing that we can, if we want to, make a choice of not wanting it. And in fact, everybody, almost everybody I know, agrees that sugar is not necessary for our health, that it can potentially be very harmful. Okay? And it's always a good thing. Does not matter whether a person has diabetes, overweight or not. Learning to enjoy foods in its natural form without any added sugar. Wow, that's a superpower. That's like the habit of going for a daily walk is a superpower. Right? It's better than any supplements, any life hacks or health hacks. Doing simple things, done well, enjoyably, over time, becoming a habit. Doing things that will love us back. Wow, so wonderful, isn't it? Right. So I'm so encouraged, right, to see so many of you online, see so many of you, sharing so openly, being vulnerable, so as to encourage one another. So in this community here, I hope that everybody would not just take action, but also do your best in your way, in your own way that you are comfortable with, to encourage other people, to encourage your family members, not through words, but through action. Action speaks louder than words. So often I have patients and people telling me, "Doctor, why you so gangko? Why you have to go through such pains? Do live stream, 抛头露面, expose yourself to go on social media. I'm active on TikTok. I'm very active on YouTube. I have about 98,000 subscribers on YouTube. By God's grace, after about 3 years since I started during pandemic period, right, I only started using videos to reach out to people, to share, to tell stories, to encourage people, since about 3 years ago. And since then, I have been encouraged by so many messages, PMs, comments, or people telling me that I have given them food for thought, or people telling me that they are inspired, or people telling me that they were reminded, or people telling me that they were influenced. So that gave me a new perspective, a healthy perspective, a grateful perspective of what being an influencer means, okay, or what being an influencer means. That we are all influencers. We are all change agents in the communities of people, in the communities that we are active in. And that community, that group, small group, could be your family, could be your circle of friends that you gather with regularly. Right? The community could be your church, your cell groups, or groups that you gather with regularly. And if you lead by example, show through your action, choices that are obviously good for your health, and obviously you are obviously enjoying it, that will be a great encouragement. Right? What we could do with less of would be people going on crash diet, people going on doing things, obviously suffering, I'm on this special diet that I can't eat this, I can't eat that, and obviously not enjoying your lifestyle because you say, oh, I need to lose some weight, I need to control, and it will not entice people, it will not encourage people to join you, right? Imagine if you're drinking a cup of coffee without sugar. You say, it's so 干口, so cold, so bitter, it's so torturous. No, I have to deprive myself of a sweet coffee with sugar that I used to love, coffee with condensed milk that I used to love, because right now I need to control my blood sugar. We are not going to encourage people to join us, right, when we have a look of suffering. But imagine you have a cup of coffee and you are enjoying it, coffee tasting, and there's no need for sugar. The person beside you that you're having coffee with, right, would have at least, even without you highlighting it, a subtle reminder, a visible demonstration of a person obviously enjoying his or her coffee without the need for sugar. And when the person is exposed to such visual reminders, such real demonstration of people enjoying coffee without sugar, that person may over time decide to take steps to do so himself or herself. Right? We are all influencers. Influencers are not just TikTokers, YouTubers, Facebook people. Right? I may have a bigger presence on social media, and that is totally accidental. As I reach my 50s, and when the pandemic hit, on my birthday, I decided that I want to do something different, to celebrate my birthday. So about 3 years ago, I bought myself a camera. I didn't know. I never made videos. I never been an influencer. I'm not comfortable talking in front of cameras. Certainly not talking to myself in front of cameras. But I began to record. I began to share. I began to share my heartbeat. I began to share the mission that I found myself on, which is that I want to activate, I want to remind, I want to educate, I want to enable people to live a full, healthy life, to run the full race fully, not just run a full race, but to run a full race fully, to live a vibrant, full life, free from the devastation of common chronic conditions that will afflict most people. Chronic conditions such as diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and the consequence of that, including heart attack, stroke, dementia, kidney failure, blindness, right? That became my mission, and began to pick up my camera, despite my imperfect delivery, despite my lack of natural comfort in front of camera, despite my lack of knowledge and ability or prior experience in making videos, editing them, I began to just make one video at a time. I began to post it on my YouTube channel, which I created 3 years ago, began to share on my Facebook, and I began to share that on Instagram, and a year ago I started TikTok, and by God's grace, I've been blessed that people have told me that they were impacted, they have benefited. And today I have 98,000 subscribers. When I look at the number, I was like, I couldn't believe myself, because you tell me 3 years ago that I would now have close to 100,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I'll be very surprised. I would say that you're mad, you're crazy. That's not possible. I right now have close to about 90,000 followers on Facebook, and right now on Instagram, on TikTok. Wow. Right now I have a platform to influence more people. And I want to do that by encouraging people not to depend on medications alone, not to depend on using medications as their crutches, as the tool, the only tool that they will use to control their blood sugar, to control their blood pressure, to control the high blood cholesterol when they have diabetes, high cholesterol, hypertension. We must not depend on medications alone. We must unlock the power of the lifestyle choices, of correct evidence-based lifestyle choices. Right. And often, when one make decision based on hearsay. I heard my friends say, I heard my colleagues say, I heard somebody on YouTube say, 听说他说谁说，越抹越黑, going down a rabbit hole, getting more confused. Why not take the steps to take action in areas that are obviously good, and in areas that are not clear, work with somebody, work closely with your doctor, work closely with your health coach, work closely with someone, right, who will take the responsibility and is accountable to you in making, helping you, educating you, helping you make the best informed decision, and not be confused and paralyzed with the overload of information out there. Okay? So one of the simple thing, obvious evidence-based thing that we can do, and it's so powerful, is the habit of a daily walk. Walk. Let us all walk away from dementia. Let us all, day by day, one walk at a time, one day at a time, that we do so continuously, sustain over weeks, months, years, decades. That together we encourage one another to walk away from diabetes, to walk away from high blood pressure, to walk away from the prospect, to reduce our risk of dementia, heart attack, stroke. By God's grace, that all of us here, right now we have more than 150 people watching this stream from all over the world, and I'm so grateful, right? I'm so privileged to have this platform to share, to encourage, to influence. And I want to encourage you, if your physical state, if your health state allows you to go and have a morning walk every single day, let's do so. But when you're not sure whether it's safe or good for you to embark on any physical activity, including a daily walk, a simple thing like daily walk, then check with your medical doctor, check with your medical team if it is okay for you to do so. Right? But if you are obviously able to and safe to, medically safe to walk, let us all encourage one another. This first step, not the only thing we can do, because combating chronic diseases through our lifestyle habits, right? There's no silver bullet, right? It is, our lifestyle diseases are affected by many factors. They're all multifactorial, and they're affected by many aspects of our diet, many aspects of our physical activity choices of exercise, many aspects of our sleep pattern, our stress management, even our emotions, even our attitude. The mind can be powerful medicine. Happiness is medicine. Cheerfulness is medicine. Cheerfulness is good medicine. 喜乐乃是良药. Happiness is good medicine. There are many aspects of our lifestyle choices that can be powerful medicine, and they can all combine together to become this wow, this superpower that will help us prevent conditions that afflict most people in our later years of life. But even if we do not, for whatever reason, even if we are not able to prevent them, we at least have done our best to reduce the severity of them, to reduce the devastation of them. That is the goal. So let us encourage one another. Today, how many of you are willing to begin a lifestyle if it is safe for you? Not sure? Clear with your medical doctor. Do it safely. Embark on a habit of a daily walk. How many of you? Teach raise your hand. How many of you are willing to embark on, join us, right? Embark on a journey of improving your lifestyle, improving your dietary habits. And the second thing that you can do is to cut down on the sugar intake that you add to your drinks and food. Simple things like that. We do not need further education. Of course, I still run individual one-to-one clinic programs for my patients. I still run one-to-one coaching programs for people who want to improve their lifestyle. I still run small group coaching programs, workshops, online courses. I still run programs in the community for various government agencies that I work for. I still run various programs for churches, right, who are interested in improving the lifestyle and health of their congregation. I still do all that. But even without participating in any of them, you can start by doing simple things like going for a morning walk, doing simple things like saying no to added sugar, doing simple things like saying yes, please, a little bit more when it comes to adding vegetables, wholesome whole food onto your plate. Doing simple things like, yes, I will go to bed at a regular time every night, switch off all the lights, have good sleeping conditions, and protect your sleep as a superpower, super habit. There are many simple things you can do without having to go into the details that I might go to for people that I do on a one-to-one coaching, one-to-one consultation, even without me going deeper to some degree in the workshops, in the courses that I run. That everybody, regardless of where you are in the world right now, you can do a lot for your health by making choices, changes, improvements that you know, that you're confident are good for you, that you know that you have room for improvement. Like the regularity of your morning routine exercise, going for a morning walk. Like the consistency in saying no to added sugar in your drinks, to the consistency of adding more vegetables. Simple things when done well are so powerful. I often have people saying that, "Doctor, you are such an extremist." Oh, when I hear that, I feel so discouraged and sometimes amused. Right? They say that, "Hey, doctor, why are you telling people to go kosong, no sugar in their drinks, no sugar in the coffee?" No, I'm already choosing healthier choices of reduced sugar in my drinks and beverages. Why are you telling people to avoid, sugar altogether, added sugar? No need to be so extreme. I'm not an extremist. I do not see sugar as poison, because poison is in the dosage. Sugar in itself is not the poison, right? But in this insidious, a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit in my sugar, a little bit in my drinks, a little bit in my food, a little bit in the pastry, a little bit here and there, it all adds up day after day, years after years. The poison is in the dosage that makes the poison. So let's not see and call any food as poison, but look at our habits. Okay, if our habit with regards to sugar is one that is lacking in the diligence of keeping out the unnecessary, then we are potentially setting ourselves up, in time to come, decades to come, of accumulation of that choice. Increased likelihood in the devastation of chronic diseases, diabetes, stroke, heart attack, blindness, and all the common chronic diseases. So when people tell me, "Doctor, why are you such an extremist?" I say, no, I'm not an extremist. I'm just somebody who thinks that anything that's clearly worth doing is worth doing absolutely, resolutely, consistently, and persistently. Anything worth clearly doing, let's do it well. 卖走卖走爱走做水水 let's do it well. If sugar, removing sugar from our drinks is a good thing, let's do it completely, consistently, persistently. If having vegetables on our plate regularly is something to do, let's do it diligently. Let's explore ways, let's encourage ways, let's teach each other's ways, share with one another ways, right, to include vegetables in an enjoyable way in your diet. For some of you who know, I used to run a restaurant, right, from 2014 to 2019. On top of being a medical doctor running my own clinic sessions, right, I was also running a restaurant where I was a head chef, working in the kitchen at lunchtime and dinner time, cooking, creating dishes to encourage people to see healthy food differently. And I know it's not easy. And that is why I spent that 5 years trying to change people's minds. Because knowledge in itself does not lead to action. Knowledge in itself does not give us health, only action does. In order for a person to be willing to take action, for a person to be willing to continue taking the action of eating vegetable. We must make it easy and enjoyable, turning it into an enjoyable habit. And that was why I was even running cooking classes. I would gather my patients or my students or coaches or my training programs, right? I would bring them to a cooking station, workshop room equipped with a kitchen. I would run cooking programs, training programs for them, not to give them recipes, but to give them ideas, to give them the skills to make their choices yummy, so that they will not be under the wrong impression and suffer through this dangerous, harmful misconception that healthy food choices are yucky choices of deprivation. No, healthy food choices are delicious choices through exploration. And that was what I did. But it's been, ever since pandemic, I have stopped doing that. I've stopped running my restaurant in 2019, just before the pandemic hit. I also stopped running my cooking classes. So right now I focus on coaching programs, training programs, workshops, online courses. And then that's what I do, because I think through that I can reach more people, not just in Singapore where I live, right, but to people from all around the world. So I have people, right, who are telling me and who have participated in my programs or have benefited from things I've shared, the teaching that I have from all over the world. And I'm so blessed, I'm so gratified. So I want to encourage one another that we must not depend on medications alone when it comes to diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and any other chronic conditions where our lifestyle choices can play a role in helping to control, in helping to reduce. So let us encourage one another not to depend on medications alone. Let me say this again, conclude by saying this again. Medications are not poison, are not things that we should fear. Medications, when taken as prescribed carefully, prescribed by a doctor, can be helpful and sometimes even critical in helping a person control their blood pressure, blood sugar, blood cholesterol to a safe level. So never ever stop your medications, reduce your medications on your own. Always work closely with your doctor. Always work closely, right, with your healthcare providers. Do not stop or reduce your medications on your own. But we must not depend on medications alone. We must always unlock the power of a lifestyle, our eating habits, to help us have a better chance of a long, healthy life. May all of you be blessed with good health. May all of us, 200 over right now in this live stream, all 200 of us, be blessed with being free from the devastation of diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, heart disease, stroke, kidney failure. We will be blessed with being free from all of this, free from the devastation of all of this. We are all blessed. May all you be blessed with good health. May all you be blessed with people around you that will encourage you. May all of you be blessed with all of you with the shared purpose, the shared desire to be responsible for our good health. That we will treasure this body that we have been blessed with. This body that we have been blessed with. That is a gift that we should treasure. So I want to encourage all of you. I want to bless all of you. Be blessed, eat well, walk every day, and be well.